How's it going, guys? Thanks for joining us today. Like I promised, we have the whole panel together. Ryan and Jean-Paul the Egg, or for Egg for Ryan, we're here. Big week wrestling, guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's been really great. And we're going to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. Season premiere. Just a quick synopsis of what took place there. Eki, how you doing?
Not bad.
Ready
to trash Raw.
Yeah, ready to trash Raw. Ryan?
Yeah, doing well. Same thing.
Ready to trash Raw. So we're very thankful to you guys for all the support, for all the comments. We keep gaining more viewership, so that's good. Please keep subscribing.
We want to thank the people for that.
We want to take all the people from India, Nigeria. We don't know how to pronounce your names, but we're definitely happy that you're here. So, Monday Night Raw, guys. Season premiere. We're going to talk about this. New theme song, new presentation. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hated it?
I mean, it's a step in the right direction. This, the song's not one I would pick, but it's better than what they were doing before.
It's
Michael Cole saying,
welcome to Monday Night Raw. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I want to say it's a step in the right direction. I never liked when Michael Cole did the, welcome to Monday Night Raw. That was just cringe. So, as for stage or anything like that, I don't see much of a difference, but it's a little different, so I like that they're trying to change things up.
Yeah, I will say I think Skillet is a decent song. That's what they have. I think they're a good band. I feel that like the stage at some points for me, like the new way that they have the Titantron, like kind of instead of helping out, kind of covers some things.
Okay.
I didn't really like that because it's like in like an H shape.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like. I'm used to like the whole screen being there, so I don't think that like it was really cool. For some wrestlers, it might work. For some, it didn't.
Yeah, they need to change how they display the stuff on the screen.
Yes, to make it like what I mean, to fit. Yeah, to me it kind of seemed like the iPhone X that went with the thing in the middle. So and some things you could see, some things you could miss.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I think it was okay, and of course, change is always better. So. I feel that Pyro will come back.
Yeah.
So why you like Pyro?
Yeah, but I mean they gave it to some, not to others. It didn't make sense who the ones they gave it to.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Alexa Bliss had it. And,
we're gonna dissect what is that situation that everybody in the wrestling community has been talking about. Why Alexa Bliss had Pyro and not AJ Styles?
We know why.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
there it is. There it is. So
we know why.
The first segment, guys. Rey Mysterio comes out. He's talking about his championship match with Seth Rollins. And all of a sudden, Lesnar, music hits. And he attacks Mysterio. And his son, Dominic. Mr. Eck.
I thought it was a good segment. It was a great way to start off the show. And I wanted to see where they went from it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they didn't take it in the direction that I thought they should have. But, I mean, it was a good segment. And it makes Brock look like this monster heel. Even though we already knew he was. But now they have an excuse for maybe, I don't know if they announced it, but like maybe he gets fired from Monday Night Raw, and that's why, and then he gets drafted to SmackDown or something. Then, like I don't know how they're gonna book it, but that's what I would do.
Mr. Weber.
For me, I really enjoyed the segment as well. I really don't like sometimes though. Like they were mentioning later in the show how Lesnar was being questioned by authorities for his attack on like Mysterio and Dominic. Like, I'm sorry, but we all know Dominic is like a wrestler now.
We all know that.
Yeah, I guess because he was in the crowd, so technically he was a fan.
I know, but Randy Orton burned down a house. And no charges were pressed against
it was all to sell the injury and to sell Brock being a beast, but it's like we could clearly see that with our own eyes. Yes. We don't need the little extra. I get what you're saying. The little extra added commentary.
That's the only thing that was like. It's nitpicking, I know, but it like. Those are the little things that.
Sometimes the
really
little things stick out the most, though. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's what, kind of bothered me, I guess. But he did look like a beast. It made him look good. Adding Dominic to the mix was nice. Having him involved was good. And to me, if he does not win the title tonight, makes this look kind of shitty.
if he doesn't win the title tonight, like
I think there's gonna be riots.
Why the hell would you do it? Even if Mysterio comes out and tries to screw him, why the hell would you do this?
Because who do you book to beat Kofi then?
Yeah, after Lesnar, exactly. Who do you book to
no
beat?
one.
That's what I mean.
The Fiend can't show up. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. So
even though SmackDown wants the Fiend, they're not getting him.
No.
Yeah. So
well, to me, I don't think Fox wants him because he's more of a character than anything, and they want a more sports oriented like.
And also, for example, like in the morning shows and all the media that they do. Oh yeah, we have the Fiend, and then he just shows up right there, and like he's gonna be in Good Morning America.
Where like Lesnar he is a legit athlete. He's a sports guy. They want people like that to represent.
Exactly. So I feel that it was a nice way to start the show. What do we feel about commentary, Ryan?
I enjoyed it.
Big Joseph, Jerry the King,
yeah,
and
it was
Dio Madden.
Dio Madden.
So
yeah, it was good. Like I was saying beforehand, like a lot of people were complaining about the King. I didn't think he was bad. The other two weren't really selling his jokes. He'd make a joke, but none of them would like say anything. You know what I mean? So it was like it seemed more awkward. But I think once they all start gelling together, like any team, they're not going to be perfect week one.
See,
you got to give them a month or two, and then they'll all gel together.
It's like us. It's the first time ever for SmackDown Live we're together. The three of us in the same building, same place.
Yeah,
just for you guys.
We're gonna be better than the three of them, though.
Yeah, we are the better. Yeah,
oh,
we're better. Yeah, I'm the king because just nobody sells my jokes.
Yeah,
yeah, for that reason. But Paul Heyman supposedly was the one that produced this segment. Do we agree it was good? It was it was the best thing that the show had.
The first segment you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It all went downhill after that.
Up to that, we'll say we're on down.
I mean, it went downhill and then up a little bit and then down.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say it was. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, then let's talk about AJ Styles against Cedric Alexander. United States Championship match. AJ Styles retains the title.
Okay, I enjoy their chemistry in the ring. I do.
Great match.
They always have a great match.
Yeah, where does it go, though?
Two of probably the best performers in the ring right now that WWE has, but, you know, I'm tired of seeing the same match. You know, we've already seen it before several times. You know, you don't need to continue to have this match.
That's what I mean. Like, these guys don't feud. I was thinking that this was going to build up and they would be a match that could be Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Because you could have Cedric be beat down by the OC. You know, maybe he's about to beat Styles, and then somebody comes out, and then it's like Cedric is always getting screwed. And he could be like, no more interference, blah, 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 Hell in a Cell, it's done for the championship. You know, I should have beaten you before, but they don't care about the story.
They don't?
They have one or two people who are like, we're going to push you and get the story going, and then everyone else, they kind of just...
They just put
feuds.
story, whatever.
They're throwing feuds, and it's like, oh, people are sick of your match. Now we'll make you feud against someone else.
That's what shows me that Paul Heyman's not in charge of the entire show.
Yes,
he's in charge of certain segments.
Yeah, and for all we know, he could write an entire show, and they go, ooh, Paul, we like this segment, we like that segment, and then your other 6 are garbage. And then you get some Hollywood joker to write the other ones until Vince is happy.
Or Vince tells him, hey, I like this.
Vinnie Mac, man.
Yeah.
I like this, and then whatever. No. Yeah, the Lesnar thing looks good. Yeah, there you go. Put it on. So we don't even know what's going on.
Nope.
A question for you, Mr. Jean Paul. Is Cedric Alexander buried?
He's one of those people, though, I feel like he's so popular, and all the wrestling fans were all so smart now. So we know this guy's not a loser. We know this is WWE that's not pushing him. So I feel like he's not buried. He maybe is buried in terms of his booking, but he's not, like, buried with the fans. Like, we don't hate him. We don't give up on him. We want to see him succeed. So maybe they could be doing, like, an underdog story. You know, I don't know, Royal Rumble. There's probably already somebody predicted to win it, but I mean, he could be someone.
He could be so much better, though.
Yeah,
well,
they're not. They're like I said, in terms of booking, he's being buried, but.
No, well, we know quality-wise, the guy is awesome.
Yeah.
I agree with him though because, you know, there's also the article that was out that said Vince McMahon does not like him.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's being buried. I just think Vince doesn't like him.
And of course, he's always going to get screwed, like the same thing they do with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
10,000 championship matches. Will he ever become champion? No. No.
You know, if you're not liked by Vinnie Mac, you're not going to get pushed.
And if you're liked by him, you'll get pushed to the moon.
Yeah. Roman, Seth, you know.
Even, for example, Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Do we agree that like he was a legit King of the Ring? No.
Well, I mean, the matches in that tournament were good because they actually let these guys go. But up until then, his booking wasn't good.
Yeah.
The only thing he did that I cared about was when he put Becky Lynch at the end of days,
right,
or whatever. That was the only legit heat I thought that he got. That was cool.
And to me, that was at a good moment. And we did mention this in the previous shows that like when you hit a move like that in the woman is legit.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff we want to see.
Yeah.
And we're not AEW marquees, but see what did Sammy Guevara did.
Yeah.
He pushed Brandy to.
If it makes sense for the story and it's not and it has a purpose, do it. If you're doing it just for the shock value and this and that, don't do it. If it has a purpose though and it makes sense, do it.
But that was beautiful on AEW when he did do that.
That's what I mean. It made sense.
Right?
It makes sense. Yeah.
As soon as he did that,
what
did you hear right after he did that?
Asshole. Yeah,
beautiful.
and it was beautiful. And see, we were saying this in one of the videos. It's already on YouTube, so check it out. AEW review Wednesday Night Dynamite. We're not plugging it in though, but anyway, we're just saying that we hear the word asshole. It felt so good because we haven't heard that in like forever.
No.
So to me, I will say that hopefully Cedric Alexander is not buried yet. Like we were saying, also Vince McMahon is going to take charge of the XFL. So he probably is going to step out Monday Night Raw because his focus is going to be now SmackDown.
I'm praying that the XFL actually does well.
So that way he
that way he's out.
Yeah.
That way and then Paul Levesque, he'll be.
Or it can do awful and then he has a heart attack.
Let's hope.
Yeah,
I mean, if he's actually gone, no matter what, as long as he's gone.
If you guys want to see something shocking, Ryan Weber wished death upon Vince Kennedy McMahon in the video that we did on AEW.
So did CM Punk, though.
And everybody likes Punk, so.
And everybody likes Punk. We're good. You know what? Hey, life is like this. So anyway, guys, I think that like hopefully this rivalry ends. Just because, we don't want to keep seeing the same matches.
That's what I mean,
Who do we see as a potential contender for the United States Championship? Mr. Eck.
I mean, that's tough to say right now. There's a lot of guys because with the draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they reshuffle the roster and it's not just one or two people, but it's still the same faces. Hopefully it's a complete mix-up. But, I mean, you got to get a title on somebody like Aleister Black.
Right? I will say, for example, that's a great guy to have.
Because unless you're setting up Aleister Black for The Fiend and you hold him off until then, but I don't know what they're going to do.
To me, what they've been doing with Aleister Black is just a waste.
Yeah.
He was like in the tag team and everything, and he was good on that, but like his character represents so much more. He's like you say, he's like The Fiend. He's like somebody that is not there every week. He's just dark. He only shows up for special occasions and all of that. So it will be a great feud right there. And you heard it on Raw Break first. Aleister Black against The Fiend. But I just don't know who to put from Raw's current roster.
That's because they don't build anybody up to put against them.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they don't know how to build up characters. They don't know how to book anybody correctly. So what are you going to do? You're just going to continue to throw the same person week after week, which that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, if you guys ask me, I will say Chad Gable.
I'm fine with that.
He got a really good push throughout the King of the Ring tournament. Why not let him go against Styles?
And he's a hell of a wrestler.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the only thing with that though, I think they might be trying to turn him heel. I want to say I could see him turning heel
for the jokes, for the shorty and all of that. So he's gonna get pissed. And all of that.
I don't know if you would do heel versus heel against Styles, but I mean I don't know. I know Vince likes him, but that's what I mean. They like all these people, but they don't push him.
Yeah.
They don't create like Ryan was saying, and you also mentioned they don't build storylines. They don't do something that you said long-term feuds. They just go okay, let's get through Hell in a Cell or whatever. Whatever is going to happen after that. Oh, we don't know. They write, I think, on a week-to-week basis.
The problem is that they have too many pay-per-views to me. That's my opinion. You could book long-term feuds back in the day. Look at Macho Man versus Hogan. That was a year-long feud in the making. Mm-hmm. From WrestleMania 4 all the way to WrestleMania 5. But you only had, 2 pay-per-views a year that year? Was it?
I think it was SummerSlam and WrestleMania.
Right?
Maybe Survivor Series.
Okay, I don't know if even Survivor Series was then.
Maybe Survivor Series, yeah.
You might have. So you might have had 3 pay-per-views. but I think you only had 2 then.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to get through SummerSlam and then to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, and then you had the little, like Saturday night main events and stuff.
Yeah, I will say that, yeah.
So booking back then was a lot easier than it is today when you have to have 45 pay-per-views throughout the year.
And they're going to keep continue happening because AEW is putting more pay-per-views, so they're going to go toe-to-toe. So, I think hopefully they just do either like a guy like Aleister Black or like the main idea that I get from you, and I think they should go with that, is just wait until next week when the draft is over. New guys, new faces are going to come to Monday Night Raw, and hopefully we can get a number 1 contender for the United States Championship. So far, to me, Styles is very stale. I don't know about you guys, but I really don't like how he's been booked lately. Putting the OC back, to me, it doesn't really make any sense because they lose all the time.
But whose fault is that?
Oh.
It would have been good if they would have put the titles on them, had the U.S. title, and had them dominate.
And what did we say? Remember, we talked about this. We said, let them dominate. They just have in 2-3 weeks, and then they start losing again.
Yeah, it's like...
So nobody believes in them.
Groups and factions don't exist anymore because they form, they win 1 or 2 weeks, and then lose, or only half the faction wins, and it's like nobody cares.
Nobody really gets invested in this thing.
Yeah.
But, okay, moving along. Another special thing on Monday Night Raw, Miss TV. Hogan and Flair.
If this whole segment to me, it could have been good if when they came out, they had their back and forth and all this and that. Even though Seth Rollins came out, was a kiss ass, like he was so far up Hogan's ass, you could see his eyes when Hogan was talking. And it was, Randy Orton came out for Ric Flair.
I'm glad Orton pointed that out.
It made sense, And then they're like, oh, you could clearly tell it was teams. And I'm like, oh, yes, Survivor Series.
I wish they were going to say that.
And that killed the whole segment.
It did.
Because I understand you bring these guys on for ratings. I understand, WWE's going to do that. I get it. But then you do the Survivor Series match at a different pay-per-view. That's 2 weeks before Survivor Series? It's not like it's on the opposite end of the year where it's like, oh, okay, it's like, halfway point between Survivor Series. It's in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, like
it don't make any sense.
And see, like Crown Jewel doesn't make any sense to be in the middle of like the Hell in a Cell and Survivor Series. To me, there's no reasoning, and also this idea was already done on TNA. It was a lethal lockdown. I think it's 10 or 09. Team Hogan against Team Flair. Team Flair had AJ Styles, he had Bobby Roode, he had a lot of heels.
Well, don't they have Abyss on their writing staff now?
I guess. Oh, yes.
From TNA?
Yes,
maybe he was
Joseph
like, hey,
Parker.
we have this good idea.
Oh, yeah, it's never been done before. Yeah. And like I think there was
Nobody watches TNA.
Yeah, or we don't acknowledge that it happened at TNA. I can tell you, like 2 minutes after the idea was presented, somebody already tweeted, it's been done before. And they had the photo of the whole thing. Team Hogan against Team Flair.
Yeah, that's...
Jeff Hardy was a member of Team Hogan.
That'd be funny if he gets him again. Because is he still hurt?
November they said he might come back.
Okay.
So, but
see
like,
if he did that Survivor Series.
See, we have here, there's 3 people here that want to work for your company. We know what we're saying. We've been watching this product for the longest time. We actually want to make your product better. So please listen to these 3 young, beautiful faces. So... what do you guys think about this? To me, it's just hype Crown Jewel because there's no really else to
like
hype.
I said, if this was for Survivor Series, I would be in on it. I mean, it's a little gimmicky, Hogan and Flair, you don't need them. But, it still would have been cool. But at Crown Jewel, it kills the whole thing for me.
Another reason they did it for Crown Jewel is because the Saudi people love older people.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So they're bringing Hogan there for it.
And Flair.
And I wonder if that's because Sting, he might have told them no.
Might be.
Because why would you book both of them at the same show? Because that would be an excuse for your next show.
I'm glad Sting said no.
Yeah, hopefully he did.
What I do know is they do want to do Undertaker against Sting. They do want to do
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Because if you were going to do it, I feel like it should have been this year to just do it and get... I just want them to do all these matches and get them over with. If you're going to do them, just do them so they're done.
But, like, it's going to be as bad as the Goldberg one.
No, it can't be as bad.
I don't know if it'll be as bad.
You got to see when Goldberg, when he was walking to the ring, he was huffing and puffing like he just ran a marathon. And I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be picking Undertaker up? No.
Yeah, that's why. It was just a terrible match. It was just terrible.
And Sting was always well-conditioned.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, I know he's like 108, but so is Taker.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm just afraid that like if he lifts them up for the tombstone, he's not going to be able to.
Sting's not that heavy compared
No,
to
Sting-
Goldberg.
no.
But Taker nowadays, you don't know
Yeah,
if
but
he's
he's
going
in
to be
good.
able
They
to
say
hold.
he's in good shape though. So
They
we'll
always,
see. We'll see.
They
Yeah,
always say that, but you know, after 5 minutes he's done.
Well, I
He's
mean, yeah.
juiced out. So
Well, with all the money they have, hopefully they can not have it be like 99 degrees.
to me,
like it
you know,
was in the
if you
arena.
wanna, let's say, okay, a whole different scenario here, fantasy booking. You know,
Uh-huh.
let's play fantasy booking. Crown Jewel, you don't have anything going on there to hype it up. Get Phil Brooks. Here's a few steps from signing to the with WWE.
He did sign for their.
he signed
Or the
Fox.
backstep with Fox.
Yeah.
He signed
But
with
that's,
Fox.
you know, that to me is going to be the first step into signing to with the WWE.
It is because to me that's Fox's.
That's
you know,
mindset.
That's their mindset.
Because you know he's going to SmackDown.
So,
If he wrestles, he's
Oh,
going
yeah.
to
Oh,
SmackDown.
yeah.
He's going
not
to SmackDown.
He's not
Yeah,
going to Raw.
no. SmackDown starting today, guys. He's going to be the A show.
To beat Lesnar for the title.
to me that would
You
be
heard it here.
that would
You
be a
heard it
big
here.
idea.
Imagine having the rematch that we always said.
Oh yeah.
The
How-
best
that's what I mean.
against the best.
How
yes.
badass would that be?
But to me that's what you have to do. If
You'd have like a 5
if
million
you
rating.
bring him back,
If you want to
it
talk
has
about
to
that.
be a huge match.
It has to be,
It has to be.
Lesnar for the title. Because I feel that what they're going to do is Lesnar wins the title tonight, and in Crown Jewel is going to be the rematch against Kingston.
Well, see, that's where the Royal Rumble called the personality. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, but number 30, boom, he wins the Rumble.
If you do that, I mean,
That would be
that would be huge. But to me, don't focus on ratings then. Do it at the Rumble and do it properly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
that's what
it.
I'm-
Do it
yep.
like it used to be before.
Yep.
You know that mystery. Yeah, because I feel that because of AEW, they will just spoil it.
And don't be putting these videos of Punk training and this and that. It should be like he does his role. We always see him in a suit, interviewing backstage. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing. And then
And all of
and
a
the
sudden
music,
he shows up.
Music
Yes.
hits.
Call of personality.
Yep.
Look in
Done.
mine.
Done.
What do you see? And done.
That's
You
what I
heard
mean.
it first. A shout out to all my people, and they know where I work. We always said and done. So I feel okay. This segment it did what it did. I mean, to see Flair and Hogan going at it one more time seemed to me very cringe.
Yeah, and
I mean-
especially when they were like, what they say, one more match or something like that.
And
The
then-
crowd was chanting for them to go at
I'm
it.
like, come on.
no.
I can't believe the crowd was chanting that.
I mean, come
They're a
on.
bunch of fucking idiots.
Because they're all marks. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They're not actual fans.
Ryan and Brandon, you guys are very good old school wrestling. Their matches together, Hogan and Flair, were never good.
Well, Hogan wasn't. You know what I mean?
No,
He was
Hogan's
never
not a good
good.
wrestler.
He was
Yeah.
never
He was never
good.
a good wrestler.
And I feel like Flair wasn't ever going to carry Hogan to a good match because why would he make Hogan look good?
The problem
You know
is,
what I mean?
when,
See-
when both of them clashed, okay, it was two egos going at it. When Flair came in, this is why the match never happened at WrestleMania 8. Neither wanted to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that match never took place, and we got Macho Man Randy Savage taking on
And
Ric
thank
Flair.
God he won the title.
Okay.
Thank God.
That's why we never got Hogan against Ric Flair, because both of their egos got in the way, and neither man wanted to lose.
And we got Sid Justice.
And that god-awful atrocity of a match,
Yes.
who the hell wanted to see that?
And-
And you watch that match with the end of the match where Sid kicks out at 1, Papa Shango comes out
He
late.
missed the cue though. He misses the cue.
That's because he was bullshit too.
Well, shout out to Papa Shango though because he took a picture with us. He was legit. The guy stole as crap,
No doubt.
and he was really nice. The Godfather.
A lot better as the Godfather. I want the Ho train back.
Yeah, so I will say he misses the cue, and then that's why Sid had to kick out.
Then the bullshit warrior comes out after the match.
So
Oh,
I want to say, hopefully this is just one done deal, just
Oh,
for
yeah.
Crown Jewel, and it's
It's
over.
going to be, yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, now it brings us to the discussion: why Alexa Bliss had Pyro and not AJ Styles?
I already said.
Can
saw
you say it again?
blowjobs, background, people. I'm sorry, but she's not a good wrestler.
If
I've
Vince-
never,
I still love you, baby.
He-
You're good in my book. You're good in my book.
he loves her. She's fucking hot as hell.
Don't listen to this, Marks.
Okay.
Listen to me, all right?
But she's not a good wrestler.
We can be better.
Whoever she's fucking in the back, I don't care.
We can be
She
better
fucking
than
blows.
Almas and Charlotte. You and me, baby. I'll teach you Spanish, all right?
She's fucking bullshit.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, see?
No!
Yes. He's even saying that.
And
Yes.
Idolo.
She's fucking bullshit.
No. Don't listen to him.
Yeah,
Anyway.
No. Anyway.
He needs to kayate.
Yeah. see how rubric it is, guys. Anyway, Brandon, take us to the segment. Seth Rollins is challenged by Rusev for the Universal Championship.
That was all just set up for the end segment. I don't know if this is to bury Rusev and Lana. I don't know what the whole story is, but to me, I even heard on commentary, Dio Mann was like, oh, blah, blah, blah about Rusev and saying how, like, this is such a well-deserved title opportunity. I was like, are you kidding me? What did he do? He shaved and he came back. Title opportunity, I guess.
Porn stash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Porn stash, but he's the one watching the porno getting cucked.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was awful.
I mean, like, okay, but you know that Rusev is a good wrestler.
Yeah, but
I mean, they didn't push him when they had to.
Right?
When the Rusev Day was huge.
yeah, they should have won that. What was that, at Mania?
No, well, Mania, yeah, he went for the United States Championship.
No,
No,
in the
I'm
tag
talking about
team.
the tag titles.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Aiden English.
Yeah, Aiden English, that also.
That was you so much money. Man, that day after Mania, them Rusev Day shirts would have sold like insane.
Yeah, like they don't
'Cause you
push
wanna talk
the
about
trigger
money.
when it's necessary.
They don't.
They don't strike the iron when it's hot. So I feel that now, really Rusev, like, and especially heel, and like for example, when he's faced, the accolade is not worth for crap. He comes back as soon as he's not even locking the thing. What's that about? So when you're a different character, your move you gain like all the strength in the world. Is that what happens in the game? So I have to be healed, so my moves are like lethal now.
Like I said, it was an awful segment. I mean, I don't know if it's to bury both of them.
I mean, Lashley's been buried since he came back.
Well, I mean, like him and Lana.
I'm
Cause, like that's what I mean. Like Lana, like is she over? Is she getting buried? You know,
Well,
I mean,
Lana,
she's getting
like-
over on Lashley, but
yeah, like right. Lana was they tried her as a wrestler.
oh, she's
didn't
awful.
work out.
No, she
She's not a
has
good
to be a
wrestler.
manager valet.
Yeah,
that's it.
But yeah, ballet. I don't think that like she's gonna do anything more than that. I mean, they could use her in different ways, but they choose to use the sex appeal. But I don't think that they did it in a good way.
No.
For example, remember the thing she did with Enzo was a little better.
It was good, but to me, continue to be, Rusev's manager. Continue to do that, but to me, she can use her sex appeal on the outside and try to do something like that.
You distract the opponent,
Distract the opponent.
like Deborah or something.
Yeah, like puppies.
Deborah, do that. Do what Miss Elizabeth did at SummerSlam.
Pull the thing.
Pull the thing out, show the ass, whatever. Distract opponents so Rusev can win.
I agree with you so much because Deborah used to distract people. Like I remember, she would like open it up the bra. And then the king puppies. So that's kind of like the things that a manager does to make your wrestler win.
That's what you gotta do.
But how I would this segment would have never existed. Like I said, I would have booked it where him and Rollins and Mysterio still had their match, and you just have the Fiend come in. And then you don't need to do any of this stupid, bullshit porno storyline.
Yeah, to me,
And
makes
still,
much more
everybody
sense
will
with
be
that.
strong.
And especially-
Mysterio would and you could say like, oh, he was. I would say you even ended where Mysterio's maybe about to hit a frog splash, or 619 or something, where he has the upper hand. He's fighting for his son, fighting for his his career.
yeah.
And like, oh, is he about to beat the champ? Lights go off, Fiend attacks.
Yeah, but see, for example,
And then
that's
done.
a good booking. What do you think?
The only reason I'm pretty sure WWE didn't do that is what we were discussing earlier, is they're trying to bring this Velasquez in.
Cain Velasquez, the guy that actually took the title away from Brock Lesnar in the UFC.
But I'm talking just Rey Mysterio. Like, where does Rey Mysterio now go from here? Do you think he's going to attack Brock Lesnar?
No.
I don't.
See, this is the thing. WWE doesn't think that far ahead.
Yeah, because
They
that's
don't
what
give
I'm
a shit.
saying. Like, you should have set up where he still went and gets Rollins, the Fiend attacks, because then when the Fiend wins, because there's no way he's going to lose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then Mysterio could be his first opponent. And then you already have a match booked because there's a story.
I agree with you, but the problem is WWE doesn't think that way.
Yeah, because
Vince doesn't think that way.
like, what's Mysterio going to do? Sit out until his son comes back?
And to me, that's for example, as Rey Mysterio. Why the hell you sign back if they're gonna treat you like trash when you could actually go to AEW
well, I think
and
he
be
is.
somebody?
I think that's coming up. That's after WrestleMania, I think.
Maybe
He can leave.
I don't know
I don't
how long his contract is.
I think
But
it's
to
Mania
me,
2030.
I don't think that like the way that they've been booking him.
No,
It's been good.
It's been awful.
It's just been awful, and like I will say, like within the first 3 weeks or so, he was already a nobody.
What you gotta realize, and this is just my thinking on his behalf, Rey Mysterio's fucking old. Okay? So to me, he might be happy just being booked bullshit.
And pull people over.
And
or
get his money.
But why wasn't, before he signed, he was on the Indies tearing it up? He wasn't working this slow, like a Tommy Dreamer, I'm going to work here and there and put guys over.
You can tear it up, but you can get more of a paycheck in WWE. And you're plus when you're on the Indies.
Hopefully, what he's doing is he's doing this, and he's like, I'm going to make that nice one last payday from WWE. Use the remaining gas in the tank in AEW and just tear it up for a year and a half. And
I hope so.
What I think also, guys, I think that he's trying to do this to help out Dominic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he's already a wrestler. He already signed, so he needs a big push. So like maybe he takes over him.
Yeah.
And that would be nice because especially okay, if you're gonna say he's Hispanic, I am, but like WWE has not had a Hispanic figure, a big of a name up to Rey Mysterio.
No.
Because Alberto Del Rio was never a t-shirt seller.
No, they pushed him, but like he's no Rey Mysterio. He's no Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah,
you can attach yourself to him.
Yes, like for example Eddie or Rey, people also like follow.
Yeah.
But like Del Rio will never, he'll never be good as babyface, and we all know that. As heel, but he was never a t-shirt seller. So to me, I guess that's the only way that, for example, Dominic will be, he is Rey Mysterio's son. He might be able to connect with the audience better.
Like I said, they should book Rey decent so Rey looks like a good superstar. And then when his kid comes back, his kid can turn on him. Yeah. They can have a feud. And if Mysterio's done after Mania, he loses to Dominic at Mania, and then he's done.
And then he's done.
And then AEW, Dominic's, and then, you build him up.
Yeah, I will do that. To me, I think that's what he's doing. And even somehow,
I mean, I don't know if they can book this, but I know it has been done. You book it in the match where Dominic's heel, Mysterio's face, and then as the match goes through, Dominic somehow also turns face, and then it ends on a good point.
And then both of them
hug at the end, and it's a good moment.
I would say that one.
You could definitely do that. You could also do a match where whoever wins gets the mask.
Gets the mask.
Well, I was going to say that because Mysterio took his mask off in the ambulance, I noticed.
Yes.
So that was like, I'm thinking he wouldn't just take that off. Like, they wouldn't, you could clearly see he
I think what he wants to do is actually inherit the mask to Dominic. So.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're doing a lot of fantasy booking. I'm so happy that the whole panel is together. So to conclude Monday Night Raw review, the last thing we're going to talk about is Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Ryan is very pissed off because Sasha actually extended her contract with WWE. So Ryan quoted and he said, "I have lost all the immense respect that I had for you."
Do we know how many years?
We don't know. We're not sure. But the thing is, I heard saying 5.
If it's 5 years and she just signed a 5-year deal, I'm going to say that's bullshit. The only thing I could see is if, who knows how much longer Bayley's deal was than hers. Maybe if it was like Bayley, it was there for 2 more years, she might have been like signed a deal to like, so they can both leave at the same time, because then maybe the 2 of them jump ship to AEW. But if she just signed a 5-year deal just to be like, oh, I trust WWE's going to book me and I want all this money, then I'm going to say that's bullshit as well.
Mr. Weber, you were the one that posted that on our page, so please check it out. Robrick, the 3 guys right here, 3-man team. What are your thoughts about it, and why were you so pissed off?
Did either of you read the article?
I did.
No, I didn't.
I did.
Okay, so from what I got from the article is that she did not come back because of booking or anything. She came back because of money, which I lost all respect for. She doesn't care how she's booked. Okay, Vince McMahon bought her own bus. Vince McMahon bought her a corgi, which is some kind of dog. Vince McMahon is flying her around in private jets, stuff like that. So she is back because of money. I don't respect that. If you don't give a shit how your character is treated on television, then I have lost all respect for you. If you don't care that you're going to be booked horribly for the next 5 years, I'm glad you found, Jesus. I don't know where he was. If he was lost somewhere and you couldn't find him, I'm sorry. But, to me, you have sold your soul to the devil himself for money. And that's bullshit.
The only thing I'm going to say on that, and
Mr.
I agree, is like, if this was 2 years ago, I'd say, hey, you got to make your money. All it takes is one neck injury or whatever, and you're done.
And done.
But when you got Tony Khan and Shad Khan who have just as much money, I don't want to say they have more.
I think they have more.
They
actually.
do have
They
more.
do have
Yeah,
more.
They do have more.
It's not like
Or
you
the
know,
same or more.
It's
It's
more.
not like you got to go to indie shows and make $150 a night and a free hot dog.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can go to Jacksonville and make all this money, and so it's like, why would you? It's not like there's no other business in town to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't respect her. If this, like I said, if there was no AEW, I would respect her a little bit because you got to make your money.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get hurt, it's done. Because they have no health insurance. WWE don't give a fuck about you afterwards. If you're not making them money, they don't care about you. So I understand you got to make your money. But not when there's AEW where you can be booked correctly and make money.
Yeah.
I agree with both of my brothers right here. Just because, for example, we were complaining today in the AEW video that there's not like a bigger name that can carry that division.
Oh, for the women?
Yeah, for the women. What about Sasha right there? You know, that would be the, hey, I'm Tony Khan. Sasha, you will be the woman that gets paid the most. And on top of that, this is your division. You're going to be carrying this division, and you will choose who to fight.
Well,
You
you're
will choose who to-
you're bringing stars back to NXT. This all ties in, trust me. So you're bringing stars back to NXT. If you don't bring somebody like Asuka or Kairi Sane back down to NXT, you got to send them over there. They want to promote the Japanese Joshi style wrestling over there in AEW. Bring in a Japanese name that most of the fans know, Kairi Sane, Asuka. You know, if they want to go back, I think Kana or something was Asuka's Japanese name. If you want to go back to your original whatever, go for it. But you bring them over there. We're someone who's legitimate because we know them.
Out of the two, I will just bring Asuka.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Asuka can
Asuka
say, because
is-
I could say, I never lost the title. You know, I never
Yeah.
lost my title. I won
Yeah.
my title back.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
yeah.
and
So that would
it will be a
and
great
she
feud
could
with
be
Shayna.
booked, and you could book her against the matches with Io.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
And you're right,
Toni
because-
Storm if she's there, Rhea Ripley. There's all these
There's
fantasy opponents for Asuka.
Yes, and for example, you could do a face against face with Toni Storm,
Yep.
or you can turn Asuka heel a little bit.
And she could actually be legit then.
She will be back to be
That's what I'm
legit.
saying.
right?
But if you don't do that, she's one who I could see.
We know that you're an Asuka
Yeah.
marquee, but,
Yeah.
but it is out of all the Japanese women that I've seen, like I said, Asuka is the best in
Yeah.
my own words.
Mm.
Because, like,
That's
for
what I
example, Riho, again, we were saying in the review, she does not strike with any power.
Mm.
He was saying that when he got here. Before this took place, the podcast right now, that was we went on air, Eck was saying that. Like, no force whatsoever.
I said, like, Nyla Rose is like a brick. Riho is a feather, and you're trying to knock over a brick with a feather. Like, nothing, I understand that's the style, but I can't suspend my disbelief enough to believe that Riho beat her. Because it wasn't a roll-up, it wasn't a fluke. I think she hit, what, the double knees or something?
It was like to me, it was like
meteor.
to me seemed like a shining wizard.
Because I saw her do a Meteora at some point during the match in the
when
bottom.
she hit the knees and then pinned her and it was done, I was like, it's done? Like, that's it?
No, is it done? Is it done?
That's what I mean.
And done.
But,
And done.
yeah, back to...
I just look,
Yeah,
okay.
with
Well, we'll
Sasha
just-
Banks, it's, you know...
I mean, if she did that, I guess,
I understand, you know, her husband works there. I think he does,
there's
I think he sews, like, or works on the uniforms or
yes,
something.
he does like the gears,
Yeah.
the gears and everything. I will say something, and this is like we can go because wrestling is a sport.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things in sports that you can either have as an athlete: your legacy, fame, or money. So you choose as an athlete, and Sasha choose money.
Yeah, maybe it's because she's young, too. She figures do this for these couple
I'm not,
years.
I'm
and make the money, and then maybe she figures, oh, I'll still have gas in the tank to wrestle and build my legacy. But like I said,
I'm not judging whatsoever. I mean, if to me, like the one thing I agree with Ryan is just like, if you don't give a crap about how your character is portrayed, then you shouldn't, be a wrestler. Because to me, I will even in the way I lose, I will care how I lose.
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna find out our opinions on it. I'm gonna say if it was you had the option, where would you go? AEW or WWE?
Right now, AEW.
AEW.
Same thing. So you know what I mean. So she fucked up.
It-
If you're asking us, she's done.
And once again, but to me, it all depends on the offer. If Tony Khan approaches me and says, Sasha, you'll be the woman that gets paid the most, or at least, up there.
It would be a bidding war. If she went out, you're not going to say, if she went to AEW first, Tony Khan's going to give you X amount of money. Vince is going to say, I'm going to give you X plus 1. Tony Khan's going to say X plus 2. You know what I mean? They're not going to just roll over. So she could play them both and be the richest woman on the planet.
And in
wrestling.
But
No doubt, but too, she would, to me, have a lot more freedom in AEW.
That's
to
what I'm
do
saying.
What she
So
wants.
it's a win-win to go to AEW.
And like I said, for example, if he promised me, hey, you'll be you'll be the stepstone of this division. You'll be the center. If they do that, I will be like, Ben, see ya. But I mean, she chose what she chose.
I mean, they do have a lot of talented women over there. Bea Priestley, Britt Baker.
That's what Ryan was saying. They should have put both of them instead of Riho. But we believe that there's some politics involved when Kenny Omega, because you even mentioned that. This man right here mentioned that Kenny Omega, who was a big fan of Riho, in the All Out review. If you guys want to watch it, it's in the channel.
Yeah, so, I think he helped train her.
He's been training her, but to me, once again, like she does not strike with any power whatsoever. So hopefully they realize this and they push somebody better.
Oh, I think, yeah. She'll help hold it for...
Because if there's any kind of criticism, I will say the women's division is just needs more improvement. It's on the weaker side.
Yeah. But I'm not going to criticize the stories only because there is 1 week. Like I said to Ryan, I think everything they've done so far, they're telling stories. So as long as the payoff is worth the story, I'm not going to judge it from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, well, anyway, so just conclude this. Sasha and Becky Lynch got a stare down. They went at it again. They promo right there. You guys think it's going to be a good match at Hell in a Cell?
I think it will. I understand how Sasha's doing the same NXT, like the cowardly heel, but she's also a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand that, but going into Hell in a Cell, I feel like Becky's the only, like, aggressor. And Sasha runs away kind of too much.
It doesn't have any offense, and it should be the other way around.
She, like, runs away, and then as soon as she's behind the barrier, then she starts pointing her finger, saying, oh, you ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, when Becky was in your face, you ran away.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm excited to see, I'm hoping Sasha is, like, a dastardly heel and, like, slams Becky's face. Like, if the match is intense, it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just a normal, boring match in the cell, then I'm not too excited for it. It all depends how they book it.
Closing thoughts?
I'm not excited for it because I think it's going to be like Sasha taking on Charlotte, where they didn't use the cage, and it's not really a Hell in a Cell match per se. Plus, I'm pretty sure Becky's going to retain, and it's going to make Sasha look like more of a douchebag.
If that happens, Sasha to me is dead.
She is
dead.
But I think what they're doing is they're waiting for Ronda to come back.
I'm calling. She's going to SmackDown.
I know they want to do that, but
no
to
way.
me, I know Vince McMahon wants her for Raw.
If I'm going to fantasy book for you real quick, not to interrupt, I'm going to say Sasha wins it. But no, they screwed that up. I was going to say I could see Shayna coming up real soon, and Sasha holds it for 30 days again. And then Shayna chokes her out.
It could be like that, but go ahead, Ryan. You were finishing the thought.
So, to me, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, the only one right now to take it off of Becky would be Ronda.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Sasha taking it from her.
To me, they need to put the title.
I want Sasha to take it off.
No, they need to do the.
They need to put the title. On Sunday.
I think
we
said it in another video. The two women power trip.
Yeah.
They need to do that.
I would like to do that. I would like to see Bayley and Sasha holding both belts and then having the tag titles on.
Because they already beat the other two women.
Yeah, they beat Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, so like it will be a good idea if they do.
And that's how WWE books tag team championship matches. So let's go, let's get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they booked the championship match. Yeah. So like they should be like on Hell in a Cell. They should be pulling double duty. Yeah. So guys, any closing thoughts? Was Raw a good show?
In a word, no. It had the makings. The opening segment was good. The first line of each segment I could work with, but then after that, they ruined it.
Not a good show. I agree. Raw's never a good show, unfortunately. But to me, I don't think we're going to get a good show until Vince is gone.
It was not a good show. It's 3 hours. I mean, it's painful. Good segment, strong. I do like the new kind of scenery. I think that like the 3-man commentary is gonna give it a lot better. It's different from finally not here on Boss Time and the Big Dog and welcome to Monday Night. So I think little changes are there, but overall result still the same. Disappointment when it comes to the show itself. Seth Rollins completely stale as a champion.
Awful.
I will never forget Ryan says when he won the championship at WrestleMania, he said he's a bullshit champion because he low blow Brock Lesnar, and that's not how you win as a babyface as a champion. And the fact that he won at SummerSlam again after all the beatdowns, to me, he doesn't have credibility.
To quick get into that, when I saw him low blow Lesnar at Mania, I was like, he's gonna lose. Like, he's not gonna win after he low blowed him. Like, they're not gonna book him like that. And then he won it. I'm like, what?
And they did.
That's such a tainted victory,
Right? And I looked around and I'm like, why are all these fucking people cheering?
I mean, I was cheering because I'm usually not the biggest Brock Lesnar fan in certain cases, but I was like, you know.
To me, once again, and for example, 4 curb stomps and the pedigree to finish Braun Strowman, really?
Yeah, he's not a credible champion.
Really?
No, he's not a credible opponent.
Yeah.
Because of the way he's been booked.
Yeah, so to me,
unfortunately,
hopefully, what Brando said, after the draft, there's new faces, there's new matchups, there's new people on the show, so we can get better.
build up your stories.
We want better storytelling.
Better storytelling, long.
So guys, next time we're going to go back. We'll be back with predictions for Hell in a Cell 2019. I want to thank my brothers. Hope you guys watch, comment. We have our new Twitter channel. Please follow us on that. We're going to have our Instagram channel, the Facebook channel, YouTube channel. Come on, we have 4 outlets for you. Please watch and, comment, subscribe.